to my head. I am slowly realizing I think you're truly heaven sent.
Sometimes my days are just normal days, not vlog worthy. So I'm new to the vlog scene, but one of the tricks that I've picked up so far that people do is questions and answers with fans. On top of that, I've got one question, I'll do it last, that I particularly wanted to answer, so this is a good way to make that happen. I'll ask you, it'll make this a two-way Q&A street. What sorts of things do you notice vloggers doing when that day isn't amazing? I watched a Roman Atwood vlog, and he was crashing remote control cars into watermelons with these $150,000 slow-mo camera, and he was blowing things up with compressed air, and it was pretty cool. What does he do when he's not doing that? Because that's not every day. Give me a hand. But now, on to your questions and answers. Sean is Yo Daddy asks, Woody, what was your all-time favorite PKA moment? I have two in my head. Before that, I'll preface it with this. A lot of the best PKA moments don't have anything to do with me. You know, I might be the one who laughed a lot, and that kind of elevates it in everyone's mind, but mostly I run the show, I choose the topics, I direct the flow. I feel essential to Painkiller already, but what I do isn't the one-liners that people talk about afterwards. I facilitate it, I make the show happen. I'm just not like the guy that the people are laughing at, for years to come. But there was a moment that was mine that I really liked, and that was my PKA 178 intro.
Welcome to the show, this is gonna be great. It's PKA 178. Our opinions are silly, our stats are invented, our stories are crazy, our thoughts are demented. Hold on tight and get yourself ready. The gang's all here, this is Painkiller already. Oh yeah! I like that. I like that a lot.
If I had to pick one all-time favorite moment in PKA history, it has got to be when Wings of Redemption overslept the show and we told everyone that he had died in a desk construction accident. Then he came back, rose from the dead, all-time greatest.
Yeah.
The truth is this.
Holy smokes!
Oh my God! He's back from the dead! It's a They should go!
I'm looking for a halo. Feel good.
App asks, Woody, what degrees do you have? I have 3. I have an undergrad in accounting. I have an undergrad in MIS, which is like an IT degree. And then because I had these insecurities about my tech skills, I got a master's degree in engineering. Like a lot of my coworkers with computer science degrees had written compilers and operating systems and had done some techie things that I hadn't done during my undergrad. Now, with the benefit of hindsight, that IT degree was perfect for IT, but I don't know, I just felt like there were things, they're talking about big O notation, and I didn't study that. That's why I got the master's in engineering, so that, at least in my heart, I felt like I could, my opinion was as valid as anybody else's, and it worked out well for me. So, accounting, management information science, and then a master's in engineering with a focus in computer science. That's my educational background. Shivli asks, has Hope decided on any colleges? No. She's just finishing her junior year, so her time to apply for colleges will be her senior year, which is 12th grade. Most people are 17 and 18 for you international guys who maybe don't know this whole junior-senior nonsense. She's looking at UNC and NC State locally. She has a thing for Elon. She's looked at UNC Charlotte. She puts a lot of weight on whether the school has a debate team, and she'd like to continue that into college. We'll see how this whole thing shakes out, but right now she's just kind of building a pool of schools that she wants to look at further. Adrian Harrison asks, what's the one thing you would do to your house if you had unlimited money? There's a lot of cool options. Like indoor pool comes to mind, a moat around the house complete with like animals. I don't think I literally want alligators, but how cool would it be if there were like larger fish swimming in a moat around the house? I think that'd be neat. But if I were to pick one thing that I would do with unlimited money, I think I'd have an observatory, like a giant telescope and a roof that opens that points at the sky. I'd like that. Stry Gingers asks, what's the one piece of advice that you would give for YouTube growth? I'm going to cheat, and I'm going to give 2 pieces of YouTube advice. So, one of them is upload regularly. That regularly can be a lot of different things, but people need to know when to find your stuff. I'm trying to get the word out really well. Monday through Friday at 2:30 p.m. I do vlogs. Saturday I do a podcast. I would love it if the whole world had that burned into their head so they knew when to expect my stuff and what to expect from me. But the schedule is a big deal. Uploading every day is perfect, but not necessary. Jenna Marbles would sing at the end of every video. New videos every Wednesday. She would sing better than me. But I knew every Wednesday there'd be a new video. What you can't have is sometimes Monday, sometimes Friday morning, sometimes Saturday night, sometimes Tuesday afternoon. That kind of erratic schedule is going to work against you. The other piece of YouTube advice would be make videos that you like watching. I see a lot of people say, hey, this guy over here is great at what he does. I'm going to be that guy. And I'm sure some of you will think that I'm doing that. But this is the kind of content that I've been excited by lately. I like the editing in it, and I'm getting better at it. I like the content. I like following the guy. I like rooting for the person that I'm watching. I get attached to him. I feel like we're friends. I get it all. That's the kind of content that I like right now. So it's the kind of content that I'm making. What will fail is if you really like, I don't know, vlogs, but you see that Annoying Orange is killing it, so you become, whatever, Annoying Apple or something and copy it. If it's not your passion, you're not going anywhere. That's true with a lot of things, but in the creative space, it's non-negotiable. You have to love doing this stuff, and if you're making a copy of someone else's content, and just because that guy is crushing it, then it's not for you. So those are my 2 things. Keep a schedule, let your people know about it, and make the kind of content that you enjoy. Eventually, there'll be other people out there like you who like this kind of stuff. Dominus Formido asks, Woody, is there anything that you would change about your YouTube career? And then as a bonus question, he asks, is Joe Lozon any good at Call of Duty? So, about my career, the biggest thing that I would change is me. Like, when it comes to being sensitive on YouTube comments, I started down here as this, like, delicate, sensitive little snowflake. And I have moved in this direction, which is absolute honey badger, just invulnerable to the negativity. And my journey there has not been a straight line and is not over yet. If there's one thing that I would do differently, I wish that I could somehow get the current me to be the starting me, right? I remember my first day with really harsh negative feedback. To wrap, it was a Call of Duty video, and like me and my friends were playing Hutch and his friends, and to be like, we brutalized him, right? We were just much better at competitive Call of Duty, my team versus his team. And I think we had like 10 wins and 2 ties, 12 wins and 2 ties, something like that. So Wings of Redemption uploaded one of the ties in an effort to be kind. I'm sorry, Hutch, I don't mean to put it out there. I'm sure you're much better than I am now. I haven't even been playing. But he put out one of the ties, which was one of my worst games, and the comments were just filled with like, Woody's aim is terrible, he's not cut out for competitive COD, etc. And it hurt my feelings, like more than you might guess. I took a walk around a lake and looked at the turtles popping their heads up in an effort to somehow get myself recentered. And that, to current me, is crazy. Like, really? They said your aim was bad in a video game? But it got me. So if I could start where I am now, my whole YouTube career would have been so much nicer for me on the inside. And then maybe I would have never taken a break. Not that I ever stop, but maybe I would have uploaded more videos. I'd probably have over 3,000 by now. Who knows? But if there's anything I would do differently, I wish I could somehow get 6-year-ago Woody to have thick skin. And the last question that he asked was, is Joe Lozon any good at Call of Duty? Yes, Joe was better than I expected. Joe is a genuine gamer. Yeah, he's not some pretend gamer or anything like that. He plays COD, and he's not afraid to break your rules. If it's a map in which camping does well in, then he'll camp. If it's a map that it doesn't, then he'll do that. Whatever it takes to succeed in gaming, that's Joe's play style. So yeah, he does fine. John Tersh asks, what motivated me to start doing these daily vlogs? I started getting into daily vlogs. It's no secret that I'm a fan of Casey Neistat. I've started watching some other guys too, but none quite as much as him. And it was partly that I started liking the guy, and when I started making Call of Duty videos, it was because like it was a lot of it was Hutch and CNanners and Blame Truth, and I was like, man, if I could be one of those guys, I could play with them, etc. I guess I just wanted to be like them, so I started doing it. Now I see the daily vloggers, and the same thing sort of happens to me. And I watch some of the editing that they do, and you can get to see my editing continue to improve, and I'm inspired by it. I'm like, these videos aren't just like a platform to talk. It's an art that you can make. Like, when I start flying on my Monday video and the beat drops as I don't actually fly, the glider hits the air, the beat drops and the glider hits the air together, and it's womp womp womp. That's not a happy accident. That's something that I looked for. I was like, I need some music where a beat drops, where this can happen, where because this is the magic that people have been waiting like 7 minutes for. I watch good editing and think, ooh, like I'm inspired by that, and I have some ideas on my own, and I guess I started seeing video making as like a craft that I wanted to do again. On top of that, I started liking this kind of video, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to pop this cork out. And then the feedback I started getting was really positive, and then that positive loop makes me want to just do more. The prestigious Pyra asks, is college worth all the debts that come with it, or should you choose an alternative path in life if you're capable? College is a necessary prerequisite for a handful of jobs. Prerequisite, my apologies. If you want to be a doctor or an accountant or an engineer or one of those jobs, then you need college. You don't need college to make money, if that's your goal. You can own an HVAC business, an electrical company, a retail store. There's a lot of jobs out there that earn a ton of money that don't involve college. You could own an auto repair store. I met a guy paramotoring who worked on cars, but he owned a store, and then he started working on race cars, and he was some sort of race car specialist that understood things in a way that other people didn't. And he was not a college guy, but he's out there learning to fly next to me, so I think he did pretty well. I hope that didn't come off as arrogant, but he must have had some disposable income. So you don't need college for money. If money is your goal, then what you want to do is own a successful business. It's the quickest route to earning money. If a certain job is your goal, if you're like, man, I'd give my left arm if I was like inventing the next train engine. Man, like I would just love it if I was a Formula One engineer. Man, I would just love it if like, I don't know, pick this job. Like, I love computers. I want to be this guy. I want to, if I worked for Google and chose the new technology direction that they were taking, that would be a dream job for me. Then you need to go to college, right? That's the deal, or university if you're international. These things qualify you for jobs. That's my opinion of this thing. Some people look at the broadening that happens to your psyche as you get educated or whatever. Me personally, I'm not wired that way. I learned about Russian history and I know none of it now. Just pass the test and move on. But it did open me for jobs and it gave me some skills, and those worked well for me throughout life. Is college worth it? College opens the door to a bunch of good jobs. If those are the jobs you want, then they're worth it. Not all good jobs are on the other side of that door. There are good ones over here too. Christopher Avila asks, do you remember the days when you played Gamebattles with Tmartn? Because I sure do. Crying emote.
God damn it.
We need to get something quick. I didn't go B. There's no way I was going to save it.
Having a rough game. I gotta win more gunfights. Let's get. I was gonna say let's get.
Clutch here.
We need to get some kills. Where is he? He's camping bottom construction. He's still there. He just went further back by wood.
Oh man, I dropped down on top of him. Shoot, I didn't think he was gonna be there.
I got
yes,
one on
we
B.
needed that.
So this guy should be coming from B2.
I'm running back to A.
Mid.
Shoot.
Looks like he's rushing B. He's going B. He's stunned. Yeti. I'm gonna hold A.
Another one
You
on
got B?
I need help. I'm stuck.
coming.
Oh, he's weak.
Got him.
Yes! Stay alive. You have to stay alive. You stay there. Oh my god, Woody, you clutch mother trucker.
How's A?
I love you with all my heart. I'm gonna nade him. Let's go! Wow.
Did
Drop
they leave?
toast.
What happened?
Yep,
they dropped toast?
Dropped toast. Yeah.
That was easy.
I do. And while I don't want to upload gaming content to this channel right now, I totally want to do it again. I've been thinking about it since the COD 4 thing dropped. So for new subscribers, you may have figured out I've got 1 million gaming videos on this channel. I played a lot of games, and especially a lot of Call of Duty. And I had this team, the Unexceptional Brethren, where Tmartn and I would play. One of the barriers to me getting into gaming right now is that I just don't want to devote the kind of time it takes not to suck. And that's true with every COD that drops, or even a new game, right? If Overwatch right now is huge. If I were just to jump in Overwatch today, I'm sure I'd be terrible, and I don't feel like being terrible. On the other hand, the next COD is going to have COD 4, and I know everything about COD 4. Tmartn, let's do this. Mario Kaluma asks, why is Colin on a strict diet? You didn't explain that. I think I called it a restrictive diet, and I didn't explain it, you're right. What he really is just a super duper crazy picky eater. A picky eater that resists new foods in a way that you probably haven't seen before. We're told that we've been told by doctors and such, they're like, you know what, when he hits like 13 and enters puberty, he's going to start to open his eyes to other foods. And that's happening, so we're really excited about that. It's not that it's something we're imposing on him. He's just not flexible about trying anything but like 2 or 3 different meals. And my father's a lot like that too, to be honest. So it's not as crazy to me as it might seem to you to live a life on just a couple of meals. But yeah, that's it. So we're excited about getting Colin on new foods so he can have a more varied and healthier diet. Jack Good asks, what is your next big goal in life? My next big goal in life is to learn how to fly. John Lamb asks, how did you cope with the pressure of being a computer programmer at a large company? The pressure of a rank is high. Dude, I know what you mean. There's something about computer programming that is a daily IQ test, right? It is... I have another question that I've been dying to get to, the last one, that talks about this as well. But every day you're tested and measured and stacked ranked. All your peers know how smart you are and how it compares to them. I can't think of many other jobs that depend so solely on just how much cognitive horsepower you have between your ears. And it's rough, right? It's like, I don't know, if you were a mechanic, I feel like you might outwork someone or something about computer programming, it's like puzzle solving. It's a ton of it has to do with just how clever you can be. And that's hard. And it's not easy to hide that. I know where you're coming from. I did well. I had fewer bugs than my peers. I had a promotion rate that was better than my peers. I got my stuff done and hit my deadlines better than my peers. And so I feel good about how I stacked up in my computer programming career. But you know what? I'm going to let this bleed right into the next question. I'm going to leave this guy anonymous. Forgive me while I look down and read it. Hey Woody, I just started a full-time web developer job. I feel like I'm making every mistake and I'm second-guessing all the knowledge I came in with. Was it normal for you starting out at Cisco not to feel overly confident? Any advice or thoughts would be greatly appreciated. Dude, I'm your guy for this question. This is going to be the last one. You have imposter syndrome, and it is incredibly common. I did too. I felt like the more people thought I was good, the more I had to hide the fact that I really wasn't. I felt like, you know, all right, I got promoted. Holy shit. Do they know I just barely figured that stuff out? Do they know that, you know, like how hard it was for me? Do they know that like this next thing they assigned me, I don't know how to do that yet. Every damn project I walked into, I felt completely incompetent. Like I had just become a master of the thing I just did. This thing over here, I'm an idiot. And they don't even know it. And I feel like I can't tell them because they're going to have a whole different opinion of me if they knew how much I really sucked, but I got to keep that a secret. That is imposter syndrome, and it hits everybody with any kind of job that takes a lifetime to master. If you're going to be a certified public accountant, an engineer, a computer scientist, or a doctor, then you are going to know how little you don't know for a long time. That's normal, and it's okay. Let it motivate you if that's what it takes for you to be awesome. You know, I would go into these projects and like first thing on every project, I had my manager buy me a book, you know, on the tech that I needed to be great at. Something about computers, God, it's like they throw away everything and replace it every 3 years. So there's a whole new like infrastructure that you're building on top of. The basic concepts stay the same, but there's a whole lot to know to be successful when they change all the building blocks on you. And that fear would drive me into learning it and doing it. And I think some of my coworkers thought I was just really great at picking up new stuff. I wasn't. I was just really scared. And I think that's why I did well. I think that's why you'll do well. It is normal to feel like an imposter if your job is not one that can be easily learned. That's just the scoop, and it's okay. Over time, you'll get more comfortable admitting what you don't know, and that's even better. at some point you'll say like, you'll ask a question and you'll know, if I don't know this, it's pretty freaking obscure. I've been doing this for 2 decades now, and the fact that I don't know it means it must be something that's either new or wrong or weird or an oddball corner case. It is okay not to know things, but quickly developing expertise in your field, that's awesome. And that imposter syndrome, that fear, that's sorry about the dogs, that imposter syndrome, that fear is going to drive you to learn and to be awesome. So don't feel bad, just crush it, and you'll be great. All right, in addition to Q&A, we have unboxing, this time with new knives. Unfortunately, the PKA knife is not here yet. I can't wait for that. Maybe I'll unbox that. This one is a total mystery. Any idea what it could be, Jackie?
I have no idea.
So, Jackie ordered a sewing machine. Have you ever had one before?
Yes, your mom gave me one.
Did it work?
Yes, she did. She gave it to me, it did.
Okay.
It was a really nice one, but it got, I don't know. And it was in the attic for too long, and I didn't use it, and it was hard to use because I didn't know how to use it. It was for a professional.
I see.
Mom upgraded, I got her reject, I was very thankful for.
You don't sound very thankful.
It's been a long day. I've been in class for about an hour. But I am very thankful. And we moved here, and I think we finally got rid of it.
You picked this. What's the website called? Is it the Sweet Home?
Sweet Home said that this was a very good sewing machine.
Yeah, so I'm on the subreddit called Buy It for Life, and sometimes they have good product recommendations, and they like this website. So down the rabbit hole, we value their reviews, and they seem to like this. This is not a sponsored video. I have no sewing machine sponsors, but this is what Jackie got. I hope that she likes it.
I mean, it should handle all the little things that we need to do. Like, oh, there's a rip in this. I can fix this.
Cool.
So,
all right. So that was that.
I don't know where I'm going to put it.
Those are the kind of things we think about before we buy things.
Well, it's going to be in this room. I just don't know. I need more furniture in this room. I know a guy.
Great. All right. Now.
We don't know what's in this box. We have some guesses.
Yeah, I have one thing. This. New headlights for Jackie's car.
Yay. I've been
And oh gosh.
Just one?
Yes.
Oh.
So these are soft claws. You put them on the dog's toenails and they help them with their traction issues on hardwood floors.
This is for Harley and Enderman, but where's Buddy's?
The one who needs it the most. You just don't love Buddy.
No, I ordered it. I blame Amazon.
Lies.
Amazon and their 2-day shipping. Lies.
Who do you guys trust, Amazon or Jackie?
I ordered it for Buddy.
All right, that's unboxing. All right, it is 11 o'clock at night. I've been playing Company of Heroes with Kyle, Taylor, Chiz, and a Patreon subscriber. There's a Patreon level where you can play with us and do your thing, and he made that happen. So I played a bunch of Company of Heroes with him. It's been a good day. It's been a long day, and I got to get my footage edited, get some sleep, because tomorrow is a super day. It's going to be my second lesson in learning to fly. So click like, subscribe. Yeah, and I don't know. I'd love a tip on what vloggers do on days in which they didn't do amazing things.